Mario, let me tell you something, dude. The Boston Bruins win the series against the Washington Capitals 4-1 in 5 games, Mario. They played Friday night at TD Garden, then they played last night in Washington at the Capital One Arena. Let's start off with the Friday night game since that happened on Friday night. We weren't recording that night. We were recording on the afternoon of that day. So let's get to it, Mario. They won on Friday 4-1, and at the time, it was a 3-1 series lead. So let me get to the stats real quick. Charlie McAvoy had 3 assists and 2 shots on goal, so shout out to him. He did a really good job that night, and overall, the Bruins did a really good job in general. David Pastrnak had himself a goal, 2 assists. Oh, no, excuse me, not 2 assists, 1 assist and 6 shots on goals. Charlie Coyle had himself a goal and 2 shots on goals. Matt Grzelcyk also had himself a goal and 2 shots on goals, and same thing with Brad Marchand. So overall, Mario, the Bruins absolutely brewing the last few games, and I love it, man. I really do. I like it. Nick Ricchetti also had himself an assist. Same thing with Taylor Hall, David Krejcik, and Jake DeBrusk. They all had 1 assist. And Tuukka Rask did himself a really good job as usual. We always expect that out of him. He had 19 saves out of 20, which is a save percentage of 95 or .950. So he did himself a really, really good job, Mario. Now let's go to the offense for the Capitals on Friday. Nicholas Backstrom, he had himself a goal and not a goal, an assist and a shot on goal. My bad, I got the 2 mixed up. Same thing with John Carlson. He had himself an assist and 1 shot on goal. Alexander Ovechkin had himself 1 goal and 4 shots on goals. That was the only goal they had that game. And as for Samsonov, Mario, he had 33 saves out of 37, which isn't bad. It's a save percentage of 89 or .892, but it could have been better. We'll start off with this game, okay, Mario? First of all, the Bruins offense did an absolutely amazing job. Defensively, same deal. They did an absolutely great job. You know, the only goal that came out of this game was Alex Ovechkin's goal. And overall, Mario, the Capitals only shot 20 times that game. You know, they were not aggressive, and it was all because of the Bruins defense. They were doing an absolutely amazing job on defense, and they decided to capitalize the same deal on offense. They scored 4 goals. Their defense was brewing. They were doing an amazing job. And it was in TD Garden. So not only did they take 2 from them and just absolutely take the momentum away, which we'll get to that Sunday game in just a second, but Boston did a really good job, Mario. And I'm going to tell you right now, if they keep on doing this, especially moving into the second round of the playoffs, we're one hell of a scary team. Let me tell you something, Mario. As for the Capitals, they didn't capitalize against the Bruins. Their defense wasn't doing a good job. Their offense wasn't showing up. I look at it, they only had 2 assists and 1 goal this entire game, Mario. And they only shot 20 times. So, again, they needed to do a better job on offense and defense, and they just didn't do that, and ultimately that cost them. So with that being said, let's go to the second game. Game 5, that was on Sunday. Let me just pull up the stats real quick. Here we go, right here. Boston won this one 3-1 last night, and ultimately took the series from Washington. In Washington too, Mario. They weren't in Boston. They were in Washington. So let me just get to the stats real quick. Mario. Patrice Bergeron had 2 goals and 4 shots on goal. So shout out to our captain, Patrice. I love that man, guy. David Pastrnak also had himself a goal. He had an assist and 4 shots on goals. Mike Riley had 2 assists. So shout out to him. And get this, Mario, okay? The Bruins only shot 19 times this entire game. 19 times they won this game 3-1. Shout out to the Boston Bruins, man. Now let me get to Tuukka Rask. He saved 40 out of 41. It's just Tuukka Rask, man. What else? I shouldn't even be saying this in a surprise manner. It's Tuukka Rask. This is what we expect out of him. And there was a save percentage out of 97, which is .976. Now let's get to the Capitals real quick, Mario. The only goal they had was from Connor Sheary. He only had 1 goal and 3 shots on goals. And TJ Oshie had an assist. And Dmitry Orlov, he had himself an assist and 2 shots on goals. So I'll start. I already talked about game 3, but it's kind of role reversal almost, Mario. I talked about how the Capitals weren't really that aggressive in game 4. And in game 5, it's the exact opposite. The Bruins didn't really need to shoot that much. They got 3 goals out of 19. You know what I mean? And let me compare these games. Mario. All right, let me go to the box real quick. Go to game 4. Let me compare it, okay? The Capitals, like I said, game 4, 20 shots on goals. Bruins 37. They won that game 4-1, right? Face-off percentage 44.4%, compared to the Bruins 55.6%. Power play 1 out of 7. That's something that really killed them, Mario. As for the Bruins, 3 out of 5. Really good job. Hits, Capitals ousted them on that, 38 out of 34. Blocks, the Bruins had 17. Capitals had 11. Giveaways, the Bruins had 6. The Capitals had 9. And takeaways, the Bruins had 19 and the Capitals had 4. That was game 4, Mario. And the Bruins just absolutely bested. Now let me go to game 5, all right? Because you'll kind of understand why I say it's a little bit role reversal. Let me just go to that real quick. Here we go. All right. So the Bruins had 19 shots on goal, right? Game 5. Capitals had 41. That's horrendous. Face-off percentage, that's Bruins had 46.9, Capitals had 53.1. So they had the number there. Both teams did not score on power play. Bruins had 3 of them, Capitals had 4 of them, which is an issue we usually have. Hits, Bruins had 26, Capitals had 36, so they had them ousted on that. Blocks, the Bruins had 19, Capitals had 14. Giveaways, Bruins beat them on that as well, 5-9. And takeaways, the Capitals had 8 and the Bruins had 4. So I think one of the things that ultimately costed the Washington Capitals, obviously, you can point to the power plays. You know, like I said, game 4, they only got 1 out of 7. That's you can't let that happen, Mario. And the Bruins got 3 out of 5. They almost got all of theirs. You know, second game, obviously, both teams didn't get a power play goal. So that's obviously something the Bruins are going to have to do moving forward. They're going to have to capitalize on that. But they've been really good with that. So, you know, I'm not too worried, but it's definitely something they can't afford to not do. Especially now going deeper into the playoffs, you're going to most likely be facing teams that are just as good or maybe even better than you. As for the Washington Capitals, another thing that cost them, they just weren't that aggressive. You know, after those 3 overtime games, Mario, after that, they just kind of just laid down and died almost. You know what I mean? Those last 2 games, the Washington Capitals just were not the Washington Capitals. You know what I mean? The first 3 games, they were very aggressive offensively and defensively. And in the last couple of games, that just never, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I really don't know. As for the Boston Bruins, Mario, they're doing an absolutely incredible job. You know, ever since we got Taylor Hall, the Bruins have been doing nothing. They've been doing nothing but wonders, and I love to see that. You know, now we're going into the second round, and we face whoever wins between the Islanders and Penguins, and that series is still going on. But we'll talk about that in another video. But as of right now, you know, the Boston Bruins are one of 2 teams to advance to the second round. Them and an Avalanche already advanced. So best of luck to the Avalanche. Same thing with the Bruins. You know, best of luck to them. They've been doing an absolutely amazing job, and I just love to see it. And I hope they continue that. You know, as for the Washington Capitals, I don't have to say not too much luck to you guys because we finally beat you, and Tom Wilson suspended him for 5 months. You want to see him for another 5 months. That's what I'm saying. But look, best of luck to the Washington Capitals. Same thing with Zdeno Chara. I know he was pretty emotional last night, so I do wish him and the Washington Capitals nothing but the best of luck in the offseason, Mario. As for the Bruins, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing an absolutely amazing job. And I got to say, Mario, I don't care if they're a number 3 seed. They're definitely one of the top teams in this playoffs. I got to be honest with you. I'm not even saying that because I'm a Bruins fan. I'm just saying that because that's the damn truth.
Nah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Well, first, before I say anything, before I review games 4 and 5, I just want to say congratulations, Nate, on your Boston Bruins going to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. But yeah, let me start off with game 4, Nate, okay? See, from game 1 to game 3, if you really look at it, it was like there was this door, right? And it was locked because not one team could figure out the actual way to defeat the other team without going into overtime. The Bruins found the key and they unlocked that door and they just let themselves in. It's as simple as that. You know, I think Charlie McAvoy, I think he did a very good job in this series, you know, especially you know, game 4. Game 4, Charlie McAvoy, he did a great job, man, as a defender. And he really did hold it down for Boston. Brad Marchand as a leader did a very, very good job as well. Patrice Bergeron did a very good job in this whole series as well. I look at these stats, Nate. And I'm more of a big fan of Game 4 than I am Game 5. And the reason why I say that is because Game 4, the Bruins just did everything right. Like you said, shots on goal, 37-20. You outshot them 17 shots. Those 17 shots really do matter, Nate, because those 17 shots are another 17 opportunities that a team has to get a goal. That's as simple as that. That's just common math. You don't need to know the game to know that that's common math. The more you shoot, the more likely you could score goals most of the time. They beat them in faceoffs, 55.6 to 44.4. That's huge, Nate. And the reason why that's so huge is because faceoffs, again, it determines the possession of the puck and where it's going to go first. Now, obviously, the only thing that the Capitals really outscored them in was hits. That was 38-34. But here's what I have to say, okay? You can hit a team as hard as you want, right? It's not going to matter unless you do something with that puck. And at the end of the day, the Capitals did not do anything with that puck. It's as simple as that. Blocks, again, the Bruins outblocked them 17-11. Credit to them. And then the takeaways, Nate. This is the one that shocks me the most. 19-4. That's 15 more takeaways than the other team. You cannot, and I mean under no circumstances, you cannot let a team do that to you. It's as simple as that. Now, I got to say this, Nate. The Capitals played a better game in Game 5, okay? They played a better game in Game 5. Okay, so I got to give them credit there. But the problem here I have with the Capitals is, and I'm going to be honest with you, Nate. If suppose we were to look at these stats, okay, and we didn't know the winner, the Capitals played a better game. I'm being honest with you.
Agreed, yeah.
If we didn't know who won this game, and we looked at these stats, Capitals outbeat them 41-19. Capitals beat them in faceoffs 53.1 to 46.9, basically 47%. Power plays 0 for 4 to 0 for 3. Basically, both of them didn't do good on their power plays. Penalty minutes. The Bruins had 2 more penalty minutes than the Capitals. Hits. They out-hit them 36-26. Blocks. The Bruins ended up beating them in blocks and giveaways, and then takeaways. The Capitals beat them 8-4. If we're looking at this and we don't know the score, the Capitals played like the better team. So what was the difference, man? In this one guy, Tuukka Rask. Okay. Honestly, Nate, I don't know if I can't give this Bruins defense really that much credit. And the reason why I say that is because you let 41 shots on your goalie. I say this many, many times. Okay. I think 35 should be like the average of how many shots you should be allowed. And then higher after that, I feel like you're giving away too much. 41 is definitely too much, And who knows if this is a team, again, the Bruins did this against the Capitals, and that's great. But if this is a team like the Lightning, or if this is a team like again, if they make the Stanley Cup Finals, and this is a team like the Vegas Knights, or this is a team like the Avalanche, they will capitalize on those shots because they are that good of an offensive team. So when you're able to look at it, Nate, the Bruins, I'm gonna be honest. If they gotta learn anything from this, it's to make sure that 41 shots do not go on your goalie. And if 41 shots go on your goalie, you need to give them 41 shots back or better. But however, the 19 shots that the Bruins had, the way I can explain it is they were the most important. They capitalized better. Okay, they get it, capital. They capitalized better on their shots. It's as simple as that, And again, shame on the Washington Capitals. You had 41 chances to score that goal. You had a lot of those stats or most of the stats on your side, and you didn't capitalize. And not only that, the Bruins took away their leader. They took away the leader, and when the leader had his chances, he had 4 shots on goal. He didn't do a lot with it, and that leader is Alex Ovechkin. Okay, Alex Ovechkin, Game 5, he had. I'm trying to find him real quick. Alex Ovechkin, Game 5, shots on goal. He had. I'm finding it right now. Alex Ovechkin. He had 4 shots on goal. Yeah, he had 4 shots on goal, and he didn't get any shots. In that case. Okay, you could point to Tuukka doing a great job, but you could also point to Alex Ovechkin as a leader not getting his team in this game. It's as simple as that. We talk about it, Nate. There's a head of the beast, and when you cut off the head of the beast, it affects the whole team. Because, and you notice from being a baseball player, when there's a leader on your team and the leader does not do good, it does affect the team. Because your best player or your leader or the guy who helps this team get ready is not doing a good job. So therefore, the motivation for the team, it lacks. And that's simply what's going on with Alex Ovechkin. Okay, when he had his opportunities, he did not capitalize, and because of that, it affected the Bruins. It affected, it affected the Capitals. And because of that, the Bruins were able to do enough to win this game, even though the Bruins, in my opinion, didn't have their best game, game 5. But game 4, that's the way I would want the Bruins to play every single game if I'm a Bruins fan. Game 4 right there. Because game 4 showed that not only can we dominate this team, even though it's been a close series, but we can dominate them pretty well and we can stop them from doing what they want to do. Game 5 didn't show that. Game 5 showed 19 shots on the goalie. And the goalie for the Capitals, I'm going to be honest, he was another guy who, again, in game 5 just didn't do a good job. If we're looking at Samsonov, I mean, you only had to guard 19 shots. And you let go 16 of 19 again. So with that being said, Nate, look, I mean, to the Capitals, I wish them the best of luck. And same thing with the Bruins. I wish them the best of luck in the next round. Again, congratulations to him. But if I'm the Bruins, repeat game 4 and not game 5. Because there are teams that will capitalize from something from game 5. And Capitals just wasn't that team.
Right, absolutely. And just a reminder, the Boston Bruins in the second round will face the winner of whoever wins between the Islanders and Penguins. And one thing's for certain, Mario, I'm not so sure if you guys are either Islanders or Penguins fans, let me know in the comments down below about this. I'm not so sure if their arenas are going to be filled up to 100% capacity, but I know whose is TD Garden. So guess what? It's going to be loud. You know how the Boston environment is, with all the teams, the Celtics, the Patriots, the Bruins, and even the Red Sox, the crowd's very intimidating. So with that 100% capacity, Boston Bruins playing in the second round, oh, man, we're going to have some fun. So I'm excited to watch the Bruins again. As for the Capitals, best of luck to you guys. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck in the offseason.